All right, let's go to Tyler in Salt Lake City, Utah. Tyler, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken and Ryan. How are you doing?
Good.
How can we help?
So I just wanted a little bit of advice. I recently just graduated from college with a supply chain management degree and got a pretty good job after I graduated, and I've been working that since. I haven't really felt a real passion for it, but the projects that I have worked at in my current job, that have been more tech related, have been the ones that I'm more passionate about and really get me excited. And so I've been thinking about a career in tech, but I'm a little bit hesitant that maybe I'm like wasting my supply chain degree, or am I really going to enjoy it after a really long time?
All right, so let's dive into that.
Some advice from you.
All right, so let me dive into that, and then Ryan, I'm going to get some information out, and then Ryan will kind of tell you what he thinks is the best move. Do you engage with Bethel Tech or not? Where do you want to go? Let's address the first thing. First thing, just because you got a degree in supply chain management does not mean that you owe the universe or friends and family or whoever, your professors, that you owe them a life of average, a average career, just because you got the degree in that. Now, I don't know if you heard, Tyler, the last phone call. Actually, I'm sorry, the very first email we got, where we got the email from CJ wants to be in accounting. And where does the tech thing come in? And Ryan kind of walked through a scenario where you can add all that technology knowledge and skill and experience to all that accounting knowledge. All of a sudden, you become very valuable. I'm simply saying that supply chain management degree and experience you've had, coupled with technology, again, makes you extremely valuable. But I want to first address that Tyler, you don't owe anybody a career in supply chain management simply because you got a degree in it. You didn't waste your time. You didn't waste your money. I think there's some valuable experience that you've got that you can use with those technology skills. So that would be my first statement. My next thing that I want to know, this is my question, this idea, will I enjoy tech long term? I'll address that in just a moment. But I want to first know, as it sits today, if Ryan could wave his Ken Coleman Show pencil, I'm handing him a pencil. If he could wave that around in the air and give you a technology job tomorrow, knowing you could not fail, what kind of tech work do you think you would choose?
I think I would want to get into something where I'm creating tools and reports and dashboards and automating tasks for coworkers or for customers, I guess.
So what would you call that?
I tried the data science route for a while, but I didn't really enjoy that.
Okay, so you didn't like data science. Based on how he described that, I'm clueless. What kind of tech work is that?
Yeah, I think, Tyler, first of all, it's great to connect with you. I think, off the top of my head, what you just mentioned, I would think data science. But what was it about? I guess I'm trying to, let me ask you a follow-up question. Why are you wanting to get into tech?
Yeah, good.
That's just where I've really found a passion over the internships that I've done and the job that I'm in right now. I don't particularly enjoy the.
Hey, Tyler, describe for us
side of it, but
Tyler, you started the call. This will answer Ryan's question. You said that you had done some technology projects that you enjoyed. Could you describe those briefly?
Yeah, I've created dashboards so we can view like inventory. Created an app, different tools that our supply chain team uses in order to be more efficient and effective in our work.
So you had
doing that rather than actually doing the actual supply chain work.
Of course. Yeah, it makes total sense. So Ryan, I'm going to let you come back in a second, but I want to get Tyler caught up to us. Mm-hmm. Tyler, you asked me, how will I know that I'll enjoy this type of work long term? You just described it. That's how you know. This type of work is in your sweet spot. Let me explain. You know how I talk about you use talent to do work you love to produce results that matter to you? You've heard me talk about that?
Yes.
All right. So you're a detail process kind of guy, right? Puzzles, solving those type of problems. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you're good at. And you also enjoy doing that work, correct? Yeah, so we got talent, passion line up. Now let's look at mission, results that you most want to create from your work. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I'm hearing that you love efficiency and order. Proficiency, efficiencies, order, that kind of problem solving. That's the kind of results you want to produce, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Now that we know that, Ryan,
Yeah.
I think he may be a little confused about what data science is and what it isn't. Let's help him clarify that.
Yeah. So I think, first of all, you having a supply chain and logistics background is great. So, and you probably know this, but the whole industry is heavy into the next great thing in tech. They're looking at blockchain, they're looking at crypto, they're looking at just efficiency. And so I think that what you're saying, you could be extremely valuable to that sector or any sector. And so, data science on paper would be the thing that I would say, okay, it seems like that's where you've been kind of, those projects you've been working on, kind of living on that side of it. But, if you have a passion for problem solving, if you're curious, if you like working with teams, I actually think that software development might be a really good route for you. I think that it might, I think it would uncover some things about you that would get you into the space that you want to go. So you're going to be working on database. You're going to database interaction, all the back end of software development and web applications, user authentication, logic, server configuration, all those things that I think that you've started to kind of dabble in, and some of that will be spreadsheet based. So you said that data science is something that you kind of looked into before. You couldn't go wrong there, but I really feel like if you were to kind of go down the path of a software developer, there's going to be things that unlock in you that is going to get you into really where your passion and your hope is. So that would be my suggestion.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, now Tyler. Okay, so that's Ryan's opinion there. You understand what he's saying so far? Are you tracking with that?
Yeah.
How's that feel to you?
It feels great.
All right, so let's address why
you're a little bit nervous to try to get into that.
I know, but that's what we're going to address right now. Okay, but I wanted to make sure that we're meeting your need here when you understand what type of technology space should you be looking into. And I think you should relook at data science and all the different applications to that type of work. But I also think software development, I think he's absolutely right. Because think about it, you're effectively solving problems by creating your own solutions. And I think you get the juice when you hear that. Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right, so now you're going, Ken, okay, great, Ryan. How do I get hired? All right, so let's look at the Ken Coleman clear path and why I'm working with Bethel Tech. So if, in fact, you are cleared, I think you should probably talk to some more people that work in both of those particular spaces, the data science side and the software developer. And this is just the clarify, verify that you've heard me talk about on the show, Tyler. Start talking to men and women that are successful in that area. And it's almost like doing a college report, like a term paper on what they do, or what they love most about it during the day, with the part they don't like. And what's going to happen is your head and heart are going to align, because once the head has the knowledge, the heart verifies whether or not it wants to do it, right? So that's your homework assignment. But assuming you're clear, stage 2 is get qualified. That's why I'm partnering with Bethel Tech. They do it in 9 months and for a fraction of the cost, and you can do it online and you can do it by cash. Okay. And they can get you qualified. Now, Ryan, specifically, let's jump in on that. If he goes to betheltech.net/Ken Coleman, talks to your team, and he finds out, okay, this is obviously affordable. It gets me qualified. Explain how. Here he is in Salt Lake City. How do you help him get hired?
Yeah. So we actually, at the beginning, we'll work with you to look at what your particular market looks like. So they're in Salt Lake City, and we'll even be able to track down what particular language is in the most demand. Typically, it's JavaScript, but sometimes it's .NET or Java. So we want to customize your program to fit where you want to go, whether that's staying in Salt Lake, or if you want to go somewhere else. And then we build a plan for you. So I think what I hear you saying is that that, how do I get into that? I've never done that. I think this is going to open you up, Tyler. I really do. I mean, I think you're going to, you basically discuss the back end of software development. But I think it's something about the front end being able, the things that we interact with on applications and website. I think there's going to be something that's really, I don't know, it's going to be a revelation for you on that as well, but you're going to have proficiency in both. So we're going to walk you through it. We've got an aptitude test that we run through. Don't get freaked out about that. Like every student goes through that. Most of our students have little to no tech background. We start them from scratch on just the fundamentals of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then we just build you along over the 9-month period. So by the time that you're done, you've got this project that you can put in front of hiring managers. And then you also know what it looks like to get in front of hiring managers and what to say and how to do a technical interview. So we're going to walk with you every step of the way. And that's why, 80 to 85% of our students within 90 days of graduation are landing good paying jobs. Average starting pay is $65,000. So, I think you're a prime candidate for our Bethel Tech family. I'd love for you to talk to one of our admissions counselors.
Yeah. So Tyler, I just want you to talk to them and ask all your questions. Okay. But regardless of whether or not, again, I highly recommend Bethel Tech. You're not going to get any better training, and it's not going to be any more affordable. However, what you've got to understand is this process works. Get clear, get qualified, get connected. You've got to get qualified. If you want to do software development or you want to do data science, you've got to have the qualifications. But once you get the qualifications, it's all about the connections. And I'll give you a copy of my best-selling book, The Proximity Principle. If you don't have it, do you have a copy?
I don't.
All right, today you do. And Amanda's going to pick you up, and she's going to give you whatever format you want, ebook, audio, or hard copy, my gift. But this is where you begin the process of making connections while you're still considering what your qualifications need to be and then where you're going to go get them. And so this is the process. And once you get those qualifications, it's about connections. Now, I'm just going to say this. I know he's sitting right here next to me, but again, the numbers don't lie. 85% placement rate. So the reason that I was excited about Bethel Tech, I'd never heard of them before. Okay, full disclosure. But when they are offering you stage 2 and stage 3, folks, of my 7 stages, they're offering you get qualified and get connected in one program. That's huge because you could go get qualified in a lot of places. All right. Ryan knows it. He doesn't have any problem with me saying this. You can go online and get qualified. Mm-hmm. But if they're not offering the placement, the connections, and they're also working on your soft skills, another reason why I like what they're doing, let's just be real honest with you, folks. I don't mind saying this because I have no technical skills, but I'm pretty good at communicating. Some of you are great technically, but you can't communicate. They work with you on that too. And the reason that their candidates are placed at a higher rate is because they're working on the soft skills, your communication, interpersonal skills, not just how genius you are. I mean, you could come up with the formula for cold fusion, but if you can't tell anybody, nobody's gonna buy it. Am I right, Ryan?
That's so true.
I mean, it just I'm not making fun. Look, we all have strengths and weaknesses, but they're gonna help you on the soft skills too. Okay, so BethelTech.net/Ken Coleman. All right.